no. We're good.
Damn. Like when you want someone, like when you want your buddy to cancel the gym that day, they're just like, no, let's go. And just
Yeah.
that happened to me
Listen,
last
read the room, man.
Don't let me say it. That happened to me last week. Oh, I badly didn't want to do it. What was it? Legs, bums, and tums. I did not want to do it. And then my mate was just like, no, we're doing it. And she was hungover. So it's like, if she was prepared to do it hungover, I had to go.
No excuse.
I was livid the whole way through. Like, I couldn't shake it. I couldn't shake it. I didn't want to be there. And then she's just like giving it time. I was like, oh, I'll try. Fine, I'll try. But then, like, because I just dragged on anything, I dragged on like this massive oversized t-shirt, which I need to get rid of all of my oversized stuff because they don't, like, hide
it's not
anything.
flattering.
It make you look a lot worse. So and also this class is like in front of mirrors, so I've just got, like, you know what my resting face is like. I've got that resting face, this sack on. I was just like, oh, look at all the cookies you've been eating. Oh, I want to go home. Oh.
But you went, and that is the main thing.
It was literally the next day that I felt like, all right, fine, you went. But it was weird. I just couldn't shake it.
We are so hard on ourselves.
Honestly, we're like the cause of our own suffering.
Absolutely. We
really are.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, on that positive note, let's welcome the lovely listeners and watchers if you are catching us on YouTube. Actually, you can see it on Spotify depending on your connection as well. So welcome back. It's me, Amy, and my lovely co-host Monique, or Mojo, or what was the other one? I couldn't. One person.
Mojo. Mose.
Mose, that's the one. Maybe I should pick that up. That's cute. So welcome back for those who have been with us on this journey. And if you are new to listening, well, welcome is the only thing we can say.
Welcome.
To the circus, to the madness, to the foolishness. It's all frolics, folks. And we're happy to have you all here. Another week.
They're just like hurtling themselves at us at the moment. Do you know what I mean? It's just like time is on crack.
I know.
Has places to be.
Wait! I'm not ready. We're going down. I'm not prepared. It's an Aries worst nightmare. Like, just
you can't even make plans. It's just like it's the amount of time it takes to make the plan, and then it becomes outdated so quick. Yeah. It's just like,
oh shoot, I missed it.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. Well, for those who are used to the kind of like way of the lay of the land here, we always start off with a bit of a game / icebreaker. It is my week, so I have prepared. You say that.
Okay.
No, I have prepared something which I think is going to be pretty easy, but we shall see. So it is based on Disney this week.
I won.
You said that about Friends.
Disney raised me. I won.
Okay, so there are 3 stages to this. And we have a true or false. True or false segment. Who am I? Where I have to essentially give you a bit of a description of either their lifestyle or interests, and you have to guess who the character is. And a quick fire round, which is just some questions.
I am gassed for this.
Let's go. She's pumped, guys. She's pumped. All right, so we're going to start off with a true or false round. There's not really any timings, but I'm just going to have a timer, a stopwatch, just in case. I'm going to keep it to at least 10 seconds for you to give your answer.
That's fair.
So first one, true or false? Prince Eric has a pet spaniel in The Little Mermaid.
Oh God. A s- Watch me eat all of those words now. A spaniel.
Hmm. Stop.
False.
Oh, do you know what's the first one? I'm going to let you have that.
Okay. We
So,
said it at the same time. You were like, I was like,
play back, play back. Actually, I
instant
think we'll
replay.
find. So, you are correct. It was false. Do you know what breed it
No, that's
actually
the
was?
thing, because I was just like, what does a spaniel look like? Because I don't really know dogs like that. But his one's one of those big, massive wool sheep looking ones.
Well, you're close. You said the word in there, sheepdog.
Is it literally sheepdog?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you got one. Well done.
Okay, cool.
Next one. True or false? We're still on true or false. In Disney at Disney. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm back. In The Beauty and the Beast, Belle is the only one in her village that wears the color blue. Your time
What?
started.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna say true. I can only think of like those three other women that like Gaston's was like pumping up on the thing. And I'm sure it was like yellow, red, and green. So I'm gonna say true.
Okay, and you are right. She is the
Ooh,
only
ooh,
one.
ooh, ooh.
Okay, question 3. Again, true or false? In Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen recites the line, Magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Go.
Oh, now this is tough because a lot of people say mirror, mirror on the wall, but I think it is magic mirror. So I'm gonna say true.
Correct. It is
Oh,
magic mirror. And you said it. It's that I think it's the Mandela effect where people
yes,
believe. Yeah, so a lot of people say mirror, mirror, but it is actually magic
magic
mirror.
mirror.
So well done. 3 for 3 so far.
That's right. That's right.
Um, okay, next. In the movie Moana, an ancient volcano chooses Moana to bring back the heart of Tafiti. True or false?
Um, False. It's not the volcano. The sea gives her the rocket thing.
Correct. Ooh, girl. All righty. Okay, so this is the last of the true or false.
Okay,
It's the last one. In Aladdin, Jasmine's pet tiger is named Raja.
true.
True. Ding, 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 ding. Well done, Mojo.
Listen, I watched
Okay,
Disney without the kids, so
same, I know. Uh, But I guess that's what, like you said, it raised us. So
really
it's just one
did.
of those,
It really
you could
did.
be, cleaning the house, cooking up a storm, and you're just, what do I fancy? Oh, I fancy,
Mm-hmm.
let me just put on the Little Mermaid. Let me just put on Aladdin. And you're singing away. Well,
It's a good time.
oh gosh.
Age of innocence.
Oh, bring that back. Okay, so the next round, and you've got 6 questions for this, is
Okay.
called Who Am I? All right,
Okay.
so I'm going to give you a little bit of a description or something about their lives, like I described before, and you have to guess who the character is. So, first one, I'm going to give you an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
I like giving warm hugs.
Oh my God. This this round is gonna mess me up. Who says that? I can hear it. Hold on. Oh no. Wait.
Stop!
Ah! Warm
Alrighty, well, that's
hugs,
your
warm
first
hugs.
miss.
Oh, who was that?
Olaf.
Oh yeah. Oh, damn it.
Okay,
I'm
next one.
gonna do
Next one. It's
okay.
fine. It's fine. You got 5 already, so you're
I
good.
know,
It's
but I
fine.
want more. I want them all.
So the next one is my nose grows when I lie.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Yeah, easy. Next one up. I never grew up.
Peter Pan.
Yeah. Okay, this one. I have a wicked stepmother and I sleep in the attic.
Cinderella.
Yes. Well
And I knew that
done.
straight away, but Disney loves a wicked stepmother. So
I
I'm
know.
just
They
like, who?
basically are.
Literally. But yeah, she's in the attic.
I feel like Disney is the reason why we all fear our mum-in-laws because we're thinking like,
She might kill us.
I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Okay, next one up is I love reading books.
Belle.
Yeah. And the final one of this round,
Okay.
my best friend is a monkey.
Oh
3 seconds left.
no. I don't
Stop.
know. It's not Mowgli. Who is
No,
it?
it's not. It's Aladdin.
Oh yeah, a boo. Oh yeah, damn.
Oh, so close, so close.
But not
All right.
really.
So this round is the quick fire round,
Okay.
and your time has now shortened to 5
Oh
seconds.
damn. Okay.
So I am gonna just ask you a question, and you have to give me the answer, the first answer, and that's the only one I'm going to take.
Okay.
First question is, what does the famous saying Hakuna Matata mean?
No worries.
Well done. Second question. In the 2021 film Encanto, which family member does no one talk about?
Bruno.
You said that with force. Question 3. Quasimodo was the bell ringer of which famous cathedral?
Notre Dame.
Well done. Number 4. How many sisters does Ariel have?
Oh, I'm gonna guess
Stop.
3.
She has
Damn.
6.
Damn. Okay.
In the film Brave, what animal did Merida's mum turn into?
A bear.
Yeah. Which princess has a raccoon as a sidekick?
Oh, Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
In the Jungle Book, what animal is Bagheera?
He's a panther.
Yes. You paused for a
I
moment.
did. Yeah.
And finally, who was the only main character in a Disney movie who didn't talk throughout the whole film?
Dumbo.
Well done. That was 1 second. And that brings us to the end of our little
Yay!
yay
That was so much fun.
game.
I wonder if it was only fun because I smashed it.
The answer is yes, because if you failed them, you'd be like, I'm done now. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining. Bye.
End call. Oh,
Well
yeah.
done. So you only missed 2 of them.
Yeah. I love Disney, honestly. It's just got the warmest place in my heart. It really does.
Feel good. It's a
Yeah.
feel good place. I know.
Watched
I
them
watched
so many times. It's ridiculous.
I like watching, like rewatching the old ones and mixing them with new ones as well. I suppose also because the only time I really get to see the newer ones is like if I'm with my nieces or like, and I'm out with kids and we're sitting around doing nothing and a
Yeah.
Disney film comes on. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's one that I actually watched when there were no children around for the first time, and it was Vivo. Um,
Oh,
have you heard of that?
yeah.
It's not. I don't know if it's
I
Disney. I
don't, I
think
don't
it's
think it's,
just an animated film. Yeah, but I
yeah.
really enjoyed it. I was just like,
Vivo was cute. You can tell that Lin-Manuel is all up and through that. Um, like I love
yeah.
him, but yeah, slow it down a bit.
I know there's loads coming out at the same time. You're just like, I'm a bit
Yeah,
over it
like I
now.
want to sing along. Like, how do we do this? Let's slow it down. Yeah, Vivo was cute. Yeah, man, there's been times when like new Disney stuff has come out, and because we've got Disney Plus at home, we'll sit and watch, and if it's like the first run through, I will legit get like irritated if these kids start like talking through it
Oh
or
yes.
like crossing. It's like, what are we doing? Are we not trying to have fun and enjoy each other? Get out of the way. You know, or
I'm
sometimes I
glad.
have to, yeah, sometimes I have to write it off and just be like, do you know what? I'm just gonna watch this when they're not here or when they're in bed because I actually want to know what's going on.
I do like that though because I think it's fair. I'm one of those people. I think everyone in my family are constantly like, when the TV's on, don't talk over it because I just tune out of the conversation. I'm zoned in, and someone's like, Amy, 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 Amy. I'm like, what?
It's so
Can't you
annoying.
see I'm watching something?
It's so,
Wait.
so
Wait until
rude.
there's a break. Unless nowadays it's on Netflix and now you can't. There's no break, so you can't escape it. Oh, I have put my top ponytail far too forward, and now my headset
Oh,
keeps slipping off because I've got a slanted head.
that little
Honestly,
lump.
I can't do it. I'm trying to look up what the full version of what our question is, so I don't trip over my words, as I have done already so much this morning.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Ooh, ooh,
I
loosen
straightened
up.
out my hair this morning because I've not washed it yet, and it's just progressively getting higher. I am braiding it this week without fail.
I like it like that though. It's really
It's just
cute.
so much maintenance though, so much work
It surprises me every time I see your hair out because I see you with braids
all the time.
often.
Yeah,
Yeah, like how much hair you have.
I feel like this is the quickest it's grown because I shaved it off like level one at the start of the pandemic. I was just like, well, we're inside. So let's just start again. I remember it clearly. I feel it kind of felt like a bit of a Britney moment, just like, wow.
How
Legit,
does
that is
that
what I
feel?
did.
How does that feel?
Really kind of liberating, to be honest. Like what they say is true. It's just you. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of realize how much your hair plays into your image. When it's just face, like, yeah, it's just you. You're just really out there.
I
But I
never
love it.
thought
I've
of
done
that.
it a few times, so I'm just like,
Yeah. Would you
yeah,
do it
even
again?
I was thinking about it this morning because I can't be bothered to braid my hair and I don't want to pay to get it done because I can do it. So it's
Mm.
just like I was just thinking if I just shaved it off, then I wouldn't have to think about it. And that's what's nice as well. Like you know how much thought and consideration goes into hair maintenance. It determines outfits sometimes, it determines what time you can leave, determines
Yeah.
workouts. It determines so much. So with removing that, brilliant. It's like you get a lot of time back and a more brain space as well. It's like a
Is that
uniform.
is that
When
not
you've got a
the
uniform to wear, you don't have to think
Yeah,
about it. You
because you don't have
just
to think
get it on.
about it. You know exactly. It's
Yeah,
like there, same old, same old, same old. Um,
exactly.
I was gonna ask, like, is it the same when you actually do have your hair braided as well? Like that you don't have to think about it, or are you still kind of thinking about like how you're gonna wear it and
Nah, not for me anyway. A lot of the times I will just have it in that high top knot. So it's just easy. Sometimes I'll let it, depending on the thickness of the braids I have, 'cause sometimes I'll have those massive chunky ones,
mm,
or the thin ones. But yeah, up or down. I'm not one that does too much with my braids. Like there's a lot you can do, but nah, I'm going for the ease. So you know me. Back in one, up in one, or all down. That's it.
I'm in a space with my own. And for guys listening, I'm sorry, this is probably a part that you're like, "Meh, I'm out."
But if you ever wondered, pay attention.
Yeah. Or if your partner and you're annoyed when your partner's taking so long to get their hair, like sort it all out and there's stress and stuff. This is why.
This is the thought
This is
process behind it.
it is such a part of who we are. Like just
Yeah,
having to consider just as much as what we're going to be wearing, but how what we're doing with our hair and stuff. It's just frustrating. I just I'm like over it. I think that's probably why I wear my hair up so often. But then I do
exactly.
find it that ruins my hair. If I wear my hair up too much, it damages my curl pattern. So
it's like you can't win. And that's why shaving it off is the answer for me sometimes, because I'm just like, man.
I just
So
don't think I could pull it off. I know we had this conversation last episode
yeah.
about the whole like shape up situ, but I just don't think I could pull it off. And also my head would be so cold. That's how you do it. But especially a lot of people wear hats and stuff, but like ooh, I
Yeah.
feel the
It's
cold a lot as
it's not as
well.
bad as you think. It really isn't. It really isn't. You've got the face, you could do it.
About that. I've got such an like I'm not just putting myself down today, but I do feel like my face is like the perfect egg. Look at that. It's like a proper oval.
Yeah, my face is oval too.
Just boil it up and it's done. No, you've got a lovely kind of like round and then like a heart shape at the chin and great
Chins.
lips. I mean, come on guys, and look at those eyes. They're like right powder. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, it's always nice to warm up. Shall we
Yeah.
tiptoe over to the dive board and prepare
Mhm.
ourselves for the deep dive?
Hey, we got it together. We got it together.
Can still use a little bit of work, a little bit. All right, so this week's question is a bit of a doozy. So the question is, what one responsibility do you most wish you didn't have? I'm going to hand the torch over to you, my love.
I was just getting prepared to like, oh, what's she gonna say?
No, not this week.
Oh, do you know? Okay.
Well,
I'm
talk
gonna,
through what came to mind, and then
yeah,
we
no,
can see.
that's what I'm gonna do. I think if you asked me this question at the beginning of the year, um, I would say I would say parenting. Now that doesn't mean that I don't want my children or I don't love them. Obviously, that's like the standard parental disclaimer. I love my
Mm,
kids. Um, but the whole parenting aspect is so difficult. For me, I find it very difficult in the sense that it's one of the main causes of my anxiety. It's an area of insecurity for me. Um, so yeah, if I didn't have to deal with that, that would be great. But earlier this year, I decided that I'm gonna stop um, self-deprecating because the way that I've spoken to myself about myself for years has been terrible. And I just got to a point, I think it's sort of like the beginning of summer, where I was just like, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Like, I can't, you know, feel better about myself and work on my confidence if I'm always putting myself down. Now, I always did it in joking form. Self deprecation usually works like that. And, it's funny in the moment, but your subconscious is listening. And I
mm,
don't know if your subconscious has a sense of humor. Like, I don't know if it can
doesn't
tell the
differentiate.
difference. This is
No.
the thing, it just takes in the words and the energy behind it and acts accordingly. So I was just like, if I can't say literally, if I can't say anything nice, I'm not going to say anything at all. And in the few months that I stopped doing that, I felt a huge difference in myself. And I'm just like, okay. Now I make jokes about parenting a lot. Sometimes, a lot of the time, it's just to kind of let off steam. But I think I'm going to stop that now because, yes, it is difficult and it is stressful. But it's because I want to, as I've said before in previous episodes, I want to do well at it. But to not speak about it that way doesn't mean that those feelings aren't there. I'm just
Yeah.
not going to focus on them anymore. You know, not not pretend that I don't feel that way because your feelings are your feelings and they're all valid. But what's that saying? Where your attention goes, the energy
Goes.
flows. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I just want to. reframe, and I just thought, what has it given me? Forget, like, the exhaustion and the empty pockets. What has it actually given me as a person, and it's given me patience. I have to think outside of myself. I have to listen to understand. I have to be aware of how I carry myself, because there's two sets of eyes that are watching, and even if I'm not saying anything about it, they're taking it in.
Yeah.
And having to think that way is, I feel like, has made me a better person. It's made me more empathetic, has made me more caring. Excuse me. And yeah, I just feel like that's what I'm going to do. Just think of the things that it has given me, rather than the things I perceive that it has taken from me. Because also, they're only going to be this small for, like, I've probably got like 5 minutes left. The window is closing rapidly, and they're all up on my case right now. Like, they love me to bits. I really feel it. And I think also, because I think you mentioned this a couple of episodes ago about humans needing to have like 8 hugs a day or something to kind of feel like, I tell you, they are on me all the time. And I feel like because of that, that's why this era of singleness doesn't have me rocking in the corner, because I get so much love from them. So yeah. So in terms of what responsibilities I wish I didn't have, I think I actually covered it last week. I don't want to do the grocery shopping or bring it up to the house. Someone else take care of my car, please, because I'm a princess. I don't want to deal with it. It's all very, it's all very surface stuff. So, which is kind
But
of
it is,
nice. I kind of,
it is and it isn't, because there's a reason for, like we explored in the last episode. Like, it is very much, there's a reason for you not wanting to do those things, because you're taking care of so much already that actually it's
yeah,
quite nice for those things to be covered by someone else.
yeah.
Um, and I think that was my trouble with this question. I was just like, there are so many. There are so many.
Yeah.
You have this one, you have this one. And I think, but I'm quite lucky in the sense that I don't have the responsibility of having to think of little ones,
Mm,
well-being, and general sense of self. Uh, and that is partly a decision that I've made, and partly just the way that circumstances I found myself in.
mm,
But I have always been terrified of that, because I, I feel like it is such a responsibility that I would be paralyzed
mm.
in trying to do it. And obviously, once they're there, it's not like you'd be like, thanks very much, but I'm good.
Yeah.
um,
Go
that's
back to where you
yours
came
then.
from.
That's yours then.
Yeah.
And not to say that, because obviously there are some situations where people do make that decision, where they're like, actually, I'm not fit to be a parent, or I'm not in a space to be
Yeah.
a good parent, or not even just a parent, but maybe my situation isn't one where I can parent as I should for this person,
Yeah.
and have to make that choice to give them up. I've always just been scared that I would do such a shocking job that they would turn out to be broken human beings,
Mm,
when they're grown up. But I am in such awe of people such as yourself, and any parent really, because no one knows what they're getting themselves into until it
listen.
happens, and everyone's experience is different.
Yeah. You know how we say that we kind of move through life like, what's her name in The Sound of Music, just like
Hmm.
twirling around in the hills? That's
Oh yeah,
literally
yeah.
how I went into parenthood. It was just like, yeah, it's gonna be great.
It is though, isn't it? And ones
big
having,
picture, it
yeah,
is.
and
It's,
having witnessed
it's
them growing up is, from my perspective, and seeing
yeah,
them blossom from these babies into these characters are just, it's,
characters is right.
yeah, and they're different. They're so different and they're similar at the same time, and it's,
Yeah.
that's really cute. That's really cute to witness, and knowing that you've had your hand in that. Like,
I know. I mean,
I just know these girls are going to rule the world.
they're really trying. They are
At least in
really
your
trying.
four walls.
They're really trying. Yeah. The thing is, it's weird because they cause such, it feels like such havoc when they're here. And then when they're with anyone else, when they're at school, when they stay over, when they have play dates and stuff, everyone's just like, they're such a joy. They're so helpful. They're always asking what they can. I'm just like, they're asking if they can help, like tidy up their own things that they took out. Wow.
Yeah.
But I'm glad at least when they're out in the world, they are, good, helpful, responsible, kind people, yada yada yada. And yeah.
But you know that that's because they feel safe at home. Like, that is that. I think that's scientifically proven. I'm making all of this stuff up. I'm probably read it somewhere.
Your
I don't know.
science.
Yeah, yeah. The science of moi. But yeah, I think that there is evidence to say that, like, children act up in that way, whether it's not tidying up when you tell them, or like not listening to you, or like all of their feelings come out at once, because they
Yeah.
are safe. Like, that's, they know that they are safe enough to do that in that environment.
Yeah.
And that's why they pick things up wherever else they are, because they don't feel as safe there. So they
Mm,
are on their best behavior.
that's true. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, parenthood is a lot. It's, and also I do want to say it's just one way to like live this life. It's just like, it's not, I do really hate the emphasis that's put on becoming a parent. Like, just because you can, you should. And I don't feel like that's right at all.
Mm.
It's just that that's an image that has just been shoved down our throats. Disney, hello, from the very beginning. But life is just as full, just as adventurous without having to, rear a brood,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
uh, yeah. I know it.
Yeah.
I love my lions.
I
And I
oh
get to
God.
parent occasionally, because, when I'm looking after little ones that aren't mine,
Hmm.
um, I don't take that responsibility lightly at all.
Yeah, you absolutely don't. You
I think
just forget
I,
everything else. It's just like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da with the
yeah,
kids. And then when they
abs-
go, it's just like, okay, I'm going to be gone for 2 days because I need to
I need to
recover.
recharge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
completely.
I do think it's in a way like harder for those that don't have children when they look after them, because it's such a shock to the system. And I feel like the anxiety is probably like times 10, because you really want to like hand them back the way that you got them, like alive and well. It's
Yes,
just like, if anything happens to them when they're in your care, it's a lot. So
I know, I
I
know. Oh,
completely understand why
do you
you
know,
just
so
collapsed after 2 days after.
I
Time.
I nearly knocked over my niece the other day. And so I was driving to meet her and her dad. And as I was driving down this road, I've never been down, there's speed bumps. So I'm going slow because I'm looking for the address.
Hmm.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw this movement, quick movement, and then I heard some shouting,
Oh my
and I
God.
stopped the car and looked over, and it's my little niece. She was about to run across the road. Yeah, so I was thinking, and I was like, how hilarious is in not being funny, really.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if something had happened, not only had her auntie knocked her down, but her dad had lost control of her. Do you know, two people were
Oh
supposed to
my
take
God.
care of you
Are the ones that
on
finished her off.
the course of your demise. Like, but
Oh
I felt my
no.
heart in my chest. I was
Yeah.
just like, boof.
because it's that quick. It happens that quick.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So had she like seen you coming and thought, Auntie?
No, no,
Oh.
she was just she was just in her own world. Completely. But yeah, luckily
Oh.
nothing happened. And actually she wasn't even near the road, but I think because, you just see them running
Yeah.
towards it.
Yeah.
But then she was just like, Auntie Amy. And I was like, are you nuts? How could I not do that? Like,
You have to like wait until your heart rate settles before you
yeah,
can like properly embrace her.
exactly. Kids.
Who'd have him? I might edit that part out.
Oh, stop. Or forever hold your peace.
And go.
That would be me. I'd be like, what's I gonna say?
That was literally you last week when I was doing that game.
Oh man.
I asked the question, I was just like 5, 4, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You gotta say go,
I
so I know where to start.
I know. Oh, I know.
I do find that funny though, because like this is I mean, I think even during the quiz, I asked like the listeners a question as to what was your interpretation of that, because ours was different. That's what I love about like just different brains, different ways of thinking. It just communication in general,
It's
how
fascinating, isn't it?
varied it can be in terms of delivery and also, receiving.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why ideally you're with people that are open to those conversations, because otherwise it's just manic. It's manic. People not wanting to
Yeah.
listen or even try to understand where you're coming from. The whole thing is fascinating to me. I love to know um how people came to certain conclusions. A lot of the times as well, like we're telling on ourselves big time with how we see things and how we respond, you know,
Yeah.
which if you sort of listen closely, you can it's just all there in between the words.
Hmm. Now I'm not going to say anything, which does not bode well for a podcast. Don't judge me, people. Doing the best that I can.
And what she meant by that was no.
Oh man.
I think
So,
we did pretty good with that one, considering we
that
didn't
we didn't
know.
really know what to say to it. I think, do you know, the reason I think I was so stuck in terms of finding my answer is because it it can just fit under the term adulting.
I think it does,
I just
actually.
don't want to adult.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay the bills. I don't want to have to be worried about my mortgage. I don't want to have to be worried about the rising interest rates, or, where I'm going to find the money in order to make the updates to my home. I don't want to have to worry about other people's feelings. I don't want to have to worry about. So all of these things just comes on top, and you're like, actually, no, thank you. No, thank you. But
Yeah.
you have to in order to be part of the world. Otherwise, people will think you're crazy. Literally, they will just think that you're poorly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't want to is just basically how I'd sum up that whole thing. Or
Yeah.
just no. No. Complete sentence. But if you don't, we're hungry and homeless. So we've
I
got to
know.
we've got to do
It
the things.
sucks. And
It does.
kids don't get it. They don't get it. I didn't get it as a child, and you can't
You
comprehend it
can't.
until you're there.
And I don't think
Um,
you should get it because, as we were saying before, the window of childhood is so small. And then
yeah.
this adult life is long. Life is short, obviously, but it's also very long. So,
Yeah.
let them be oblivious. That is the time to be completely just having all of the fun and completely wide eyed and.
And yet there comes a point where you need to start preparing them for that world,
Yeah.
because you know, a simple thing in terms of like money, finances, because kids want everything. You
Mhm.
know, they want the newest this, the newest that, they want that sweet, and they want it now, and you're like,
Mhm.
I don't have the money for that, but you have the money to pay for this and you have the money to pay for that. Yes, otherwise you would be naked and cold.
And still asking
So
me for snacks.
yeah,
Let's not forget
exactly.
the
Money
snacks.
don't grow on trees, but technically, don't even get me started with that one. All right, I'm not here
Yeah,
to debate with you.
you do.
Do
It's
what I
true.
say, not what I do.
But also, you have to be very careful about how you speak about money, because it's very easy to kind of sow the seeds for that. Oh God, what's the word? What's the word? That living in lack mindset. That's not the
Mm.
word that I'm looking for, but
No, it
scarcity.
explains what
There
you
it
need.
is.
Yeah.
That scarcity mindset. And again, this is where my brain goes when I say anything to these kids, because you just don't know how these things are going to land, you know. It just happens as you parent yourself, you try to
Yeah.
do it with them at the same time. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean, I've gotten into the habit now of telling them, especially like with grocery shopping, because a lot of the time they'll come with me when I do that, and I'll sort of like tell them how much the bill was, and it's quite funny to me to kind of see how massive their eyes get, and they're just like, that much for this? And it's just like, yeah, babes. And that's not me saying that it's terrible and, that they, can't have anything. It's just so they can quantify it in their own little way, that actually maybe we shouldn't ask for 3 Barbies every time we go to Sainsbury's, because
Mm.
my one's got the toy section in there. So, but yeah, it's a whole thing.
Oh, I'm happy I don't have that responsibility.
I'm happy. I'm happy for you. Keep your Barbie money.
I know. I'll just waste it on the many pair of trainers that I own.
As you
Actually,
should. That's your
I
right.
can't wear half of them because of the weather. Like they are literally season dependent. You know, they still live in their boxes in the cupboards, and then when
And
it's a nice day, I'm like,
and I love that you have season dependent trainers. Yeah, love it for you.
gosh, I'm so bougie. Anyway, this is my life, and I like it. So, I let's take a turn into, or take a step into the tent, the big top of our media circus. Now, I don't actually have anything in particular for this week, but I do recall that you had a few left over from previous. So,
Yeah. Oh gosh, Ames. Suppose I deleted those.
no.
I didn't. I nearly did. I love though, right? How the media circus is kind of turning into a how can we gross each other out segment.
I'm going to try not to have any more of those gross ones, but
No, but I
they
kind
are
of love
funny.
them though. They
Yeah, I
really
know.
are. I love it. I love it.
It's not that it's not being grossed, it's shocked. It's being shocked by, you know, things you feel like I've seen it and, you know, maybe done it all, depending on what all is. But you know, you feel like there can't be anything out there that's really
Oh,
gonna rock my world. And then something comes by and you're just like,
I
what?
know. So I basically just grabbed, I think it was after the oh gosh, well, because we've got so many episodes now, I can't remember which one it was, but there was one, it might have been about the people that like shit in the bath. And we were just like, wow, people really live this way. But literally 2 days later, I saw a post put out by Stylist magazine about people's kind of like cleanliness confessions. Yeah, so I'm gonna read off a couple of
Oh no. Okay, I'm
All
steeled.
right.
I'm ready.
So the first one, I cut my toenails and then leave them on the bedside table for ages.
Why? Why?
Also, what's ages, but also why? It's like the bin cannot be that far. It just can't. And you've gotten up to do other things. So we're
Take
just
them with
going,
you.
we're going back and forth,
I
just leaving
mean,
them there to
they're not
confetti the bedside
exact
table.
right, like a decoration ornament. Like, no. Oh, do you know what would be worse though if they like collected them in a bowl or something?
Oh,
And just add to every time. That would be such an experiment. Not that I'm going to start doing that. That's disgusting. But
no.
I just mean in terms of what would happen with the nails.
I mean, it's what I know, it's like calcium deposit, right? So probably nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've mold or anything, but maybe let's move on.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
The next one is
I hope these were anonymous confessions
they
because
were all
otherwise,
anonymous.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
mean, they have to be. You're not going to see
Yeah.
like
But how do you
Sue
send them in? You're going to
from,
send them in an email or something that people will know. They'll be able to track you.
they will, but then you
Nothing's
can sue.
anonymous, people. We're not
Someone
America.
knows.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. I probably wash my bras on average every 2 months, including sports bras.
Uh, I can actually smell it. That's how bad.
Every
Sports
two
bras,
months.
sports bras absolutely go in the wash as soon as they've been taken
Immediately.
off. Yeah, straight in with a splash of vinegar to get rid of all that bacteria. Um,
Okay, vinegar.
yeah, I saw this. You know me, I love a little life hack. um, so washing your, and it doesn't have to just be like towels and sports stuff. But it typically works for quite pungent or say, like for example, towels where they can hold on to water.
Yeah.
That if you put like a cup of vinegar in your wash, I don't put that much. I put probably about a quarter of a cup of just you know
But normal
white
white
vinegar,
vinegar. Mm.
yeah, in the machine, not with softener. So I just leave the softener out. So detergent and then the vinegar, put them in, and they come out smelling so fresh. It's like it
Wow.
just cancels it all out, gets them back to zero.
I'm gonna
So
try that. I
yeah,
do put a bit of like disinfectant in, but I've never
baking soda is good for it
vinegar.
too,
Okay. And it probably
or
keeps your
bicarb.
washing machine smelling good as well.
Yes.
Okay. You heard it
Ugh.
here first, maybe, folks. All right. The next one.
Does she wear them in between? Like that's what I'm sorry, I'm still caught on the whole sports bra thing. Does she put it back on,
She
or is she
did.
putting on a
Yeah.
new one?
Every 2 months, she said, including a sports bra. So they've got to be real stiff after a while. Like, oh,
Yeah.
but it's just like the reheating of the sweat and then adding more on top.
I know. And you're people who are by you in the gym are like, ooh, I can't be one of those people. I mean, I've got a very sensitive sense of smell anyway. So like, I
You know.
honestly, if my clothes have been sitting like damp for too long, I don't even have to be near them to smell them. Like it's that
Mm,
bad. So they go straight back in the
back in.
wash. um, but yeah, if I'm there's been occasions where maybe I've gone to the gym and I've put on a t-shirt and I'm like, I can't wear this. I just don't do the gym. I go. I'll go back another time
Do
with a
you know
clean
what though?
t-shirt.
I've had that once before. It's just really off-putting. Like, and you probably feel like you can't really go for it either because you're just heating that up.
Yeah, and then it's just like
Yeah.
wafting around you. Like it's just like running on the treadmill. It's just like, "Ooh, we're here too.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're here too."
No one wants to be that person. Well,
No,
apart from
she
whoever this
does.
is.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
next one.
This next one. If I find an old chewing gum or mint at the bottom of my bag, in or out the packet, I'll probably eat it.
No. Are these UK people letting us down? What are you doing?
I mean,
That's gonna
how?
have dust all over it,
Yeah, if
bits
it's out of the
just
packet, I feel like in the packet is understandable, depending on how old is old.
yeah, and you wouldn't
Like,
know because how you're not keeping tabs of how long it's been in there. Like you just found it.
yeah,
It's a good day. If it's in the wrapper, granted, I'd probably eat it too. If it's out
not
of the
not chewing gum though. For some reason, I don't think. I think it gets like really soft after a while, so I'm not giving that a go. But if it's like a humbug in a wrapper, I do love a humbug.
listen, you could have humbugs for years. You could probably they probably have been from like 1872 or something, and they'd still be just as good as the day it was made. They are hardy sweets.
Oh, but yeah, just something found in the corner, covered in lint.
I thought when you kind of said like old chewing gum, I thought like it had been used already. I was already vomiting
Yeah.
in my mouth, but
When I when I read that for the first time, I was just like, she's not gonna. Oh, okay, but still. Okay. So the next one. Oh, okay. Brace yourself for this.
Oh,
When
okay.
there's no toilet roll, I'll either use the cardboard roll to wipe, or a hand towel, or a flannel. It goes in the wash basket after that.
I mean, that is a hard one because what do you do? Luckily, I've never had to be in that situation, but I'm trying to put myself in there now. Like, not the cardboard.
I mean, no, I would not use the. The thing is, if if you were really caught out and it was a flannel or a hand towel situation, fine. But that's getting written off. That's not going in anyone's wash basket. That's that's going out. That's go. I just could you imagine, like, you've you've had a good solid poo and you've wiped your butt with a hand towel, probably rinsed it out before you put it in the machine, but that's forever going to be the hand towel that wiped
Yeah.
your ass. No, I couldn't in good conscience have guests come over and wipe their hands on an ass towel. No, no, no. So I'm fine if you get caught out and use a towel or a flannel, fine. But that's end of days. It's done.
You're giving it eviction notice. Thank
Absolutely.
you for your service. Goodbye.
That's exactly what it is.
I was literally
You won't.
picturing like a guest, and you're just like, no, not that towel. Slow mo, you're like running. Oh, snatch it. No, have a clean one.
Oh no. No, I couldn't. No.
Oh gosh, that's gonna stay with me all day.
Doesn't it make it? I mean, I'm not even gonna say. I just know that the peoples whose houses I frequent, I know them, so I don't have those type of fears.
But new people.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is what Drake meant by no new friends. You don't know what they do with the hand towels.
bring your own. Don't worry, I've got mine.
Just air dry. Just walk
Yeah.
out like this. Oh, that's what jazz hands really like.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaking off the water, the recent water. Oh my God, that's funny.
All right, I think I've got one more, or one or two more. Cleaning dirt from under my nails with my teeth. I know that's
Ugh.
grim, but sometimes you've just got to do it.
No,
Do
you
you?
don't.
Do you
No,
have to?
you do not. Go into the bathroom and wash your hands. That is disgusting.
Oh, okay. No, actually, I've just seen two more.
Yes.
Um, Sometimes I use hair as tooth floss.
Well, my first thing to say about that is good on you for having such strong hair.
That's exactly where my mind went. Like, what kind of hair
Because,
is
yeah,
that?
I know
What kind
that's
of
like
kerosene
some.
are you using?
Let us know in the comments. Um, but ick, what?
I
And
don't
also,
know.
are they literally like ding
Or is that kind of just like the equivalent of a
random?
doodle? Like when you're just like, just thinking really hard about something, just pull out a hair and, oh, forgot to do this morning.
Oh no. Mm-mm. No,
I have
no.
Here's another one. I have been known to put a dirty plate into my desk drawer because I want my desk to be tidy, but can't be bothered to put the plates in the dishwasher.
We are very fast getting towards a Wally situation. Like, come on, people. The toenails and the plate, that's pure laziness.
I mean, no.
And
How long
actually
is it there for?
thinking back to the whole towel situation, just get in the shower and wash your dirty ass.
Oh my God. I don't think I'll ever get over that one. I don't know if I'll ever get that over that one. Because you've really wiped your butt on the towel, but it's a hand towel that guests use. Mm-mm. Homie, don't play that.
And also, I wonder if they were talking about number one or number two. And if it's just the number one, are they putting the towel back?
Oh
I could
God.
imagine there are people out there who would, just off of that. I reckon that there are people out there who
I
would
mean,
just like
there was
dab
that
dab.
viral. Oh, there was that viral post that went out a while ago about people only washing their towels. Like, was it once a year or twice a year or something? I just, I
uh,
just don't know. Like, what color is it? What does that smell like? Because so when I get out of the bath, the shower, right? I don't even get straight into my towel. I always dry off with my flannel first and then I get into my towel because I hate
Interesting.
like a lot of wet. I don't like that feeling of a wet towel on me because the water gets cold and I don't feel like you get dry properly. This is like my old lady thing. This is very much Jamaican grandma. Like dry you off with the flannel first and then get into your towel.
I've
but
never
so
heard of
I,
that before.
so yeah, I've always, yeah, my mum used to do that with me. Always done. I do that with the girls. So yeah. Um, so my towels don't really like ever. Not that I have them out for ages anyway, but they never kind of get that funky thing because they don't go wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry often at all.
Yeah.
So the fact that, and I know it's not typical, so I can only imagine someone that doesn't wash a towel for a year, what that has to look and smell like.
I
I
know. I think
just
maybe they're thinking to themselves, like when I'm using my towel, my body is clean because they've been in the shower or they've been in the bath or whatever. So actually, there's only clean water going on them. But
And that is fair, but for a whole year,
yeah,
I'd give you a week. Or I guess it depends on how often you're showering because people don't shower every day. Maybe a
yeah,
fortnight, but
no,
I can't
a
give you I'm
week.
just them, I'm saying. Whoever
Week is
they
as long
are,
as you can go.
I'll give them that. But if it's that one towel and you showered twice, again, them, I understand. But a year.
Yeah.
Oh.
That towel is literally walking itself to the washing machine. Like,
Like that
fuck this.
Fantasia.
I'm doing it myself. If you can't be bothered, just like,
Like
see ya.
that Fantasia broom, bringing it all back to
Yes.
Disney. Just
Dup,
duh,
dup,
duh, duh.
da-da-da-da-da-da. To see them like walking themselves, you're like, hey, where's my towels? Gosh,
Oh, the
that
world
is
is,
so grim.
yeah, it's but it's the thing is what's like crazy to me is that it's not crazy to them. It's just like standard, like the same thing
Yeah,
as like not changing linen for like weeks on end. Like it's just standard,
yeah,
I guess if that's not something you're taught at home, then you kind of just do whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
then but then that said, you do get those that have been taught that at home, and now that they're on their own, they just do their own thing. So
They don't want to
who's
adult. They
this?
don't want to adult.
And I
This
get
is
it,
living
but
proof. Yes, I
you
do
know,
too. But there are
but no.
standards. Yeah, full stop. I know. I mean, I get it if it's something that like is just completely not part of your world, but as soon as you've been made aware of it and the reasons why, like the benefits of not repeating that behavior,
Yeah,
I definitely feel as though it's this. there's a time to change. But
Yeah, I mean, I know we have penicillin now, but that doesn't mean you just give you a license to just live recklessly.
I know. I mean, they do say that nowadays, like, we just don't give ourselves license to get sick. Like, I honestly, I'm really putting myself out there now, but like when I was a child, like, and I lived in the country, this was before I moved to London, but like we used to be out in the garden, and I remember, I can actually remember my like mum telling me she'd find me out there eating worms because I'm just like
Uh,
sitting in the soil, and I'm just like, what's this? Do you know? And she'd be like, you're gonna be sick, but then that builds up your
I
your
mean, it's
immune
true.
system.
That was like a whole thing, isn't it? Like when kids like scraped their knee, it's like, oh, just rub some dirt in it, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Kids would be out there running. Well, we'd be feral kids out there and coming back, and we're like strong like ox and all of this nonsense. And now these kids are like, they bump into a table and they have to go to the emergency
I
room
know.
because they've got broken bones. Like, come on, come on.
Yeah, those climbing trees days. Oh, I tried to let mine do stuff like that, but honestly, I'm just quaking inside because yeah, I don't want to spend a day in A&E.
That's the main
I've
reason.
got
Like,
yeah,
I've got stuff to do,
I've
kids. I don't want to be sitting here for
I've got
5
to I've
hours.
got to go home an adult, like I didn't have time for a day in A&E.
I'll just drop you off. I'll pick you up later. Like, it's a party. Get yourself a going away bag. Like,
Some fresh bandages. Oh gosh. Oh, little Amy sitting eating worms. That's an adorable picture.
I know. That's why I was like so chubby back in the day. Oh my God.
All those
All the
worms.
protein. I'm just like literal Michelin man, just like, "Hoo." Any kid could run into me, they just like bounce back and fall down. Be like,
What happened, Amy?
yeah. What are
Oh.
you feeding her?
I don't know. She just goes outside and she comes back full.
Forages. Yeah, I do actually remember, like, me and my sister when we were younger, we'd been out all day, and we were in our best little outfits as well. Like, must have been about 7 or 8, and so she, I don't know, 6, 5. We're in our like cute little outfits. We'd gone out and we had been eating berries off of these hedges and
Oh
stuff,
gosh.
and everywhere, it was everywhere, just like, and it wasn't. I think my mum wasn't angry at the fact that we had been eating these berries, but that we'd ruined our
Yeah,
outfit.
that's exactly where my mind went. I was like, well, those outfits are done because there's
Yeah.
no amount of soaking that is getting that out. And if
No,
you
they're still
bleach
gonna
it,
stain. Yeah, the
yeah,
colors are
the
gone. It
color's
was my
gone.
favorite little outfit. I had like Minnie Mouse on it, and it was like a teal and a
Oh.
pink. R.A.P. R.I.P. outfit.
But
But
that's
yeah,
like
we'd just be outside doing stuff,
that is
getting
such a
dirty.
yeah, that is such a wholesome childhood though. Like that's kind of what you want, really. It's unfortunate now that kids aren't able to do stuff like that now, unless you live in the country.
Yeah.
But us city kids, you've got like the concrete parks and we have to like drive to the woods. And even then, don't touch anything because there's weirdos out here doing all sorts of things.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, I know. I mean, there were weirdos back then, but then I don't know if it was a case of because we didn't talk about it, it wasn't really a thing, or if it was just a
true.
case of there weren't so many out there. And now that we're aware, it's one of those things where you're like, if you're pregnant and then suddenly you see all of these
All
pregnant women
A1s.
around you, or
Yeah.
you've bought a new car and then suddenly you see all of the cars exactly
That
like
brain,
yours.
yeah, that brain filter system. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's true. Oh my gosh.
So you see one pedophile and then they're like, oh, hey, I didn't know you were one too. Shouldn't kids? That is serious talks, but
Sorry.
telling on myself.
I'm not laughing. I was thinking about something else.
Yeah,
Oh God, but yeah, the brain is
dear.
funny. Oh, but I loved that. Let's see what next week, what shenanigans, what cringe-worthy content next week brings.
I know. There seems to be more and more stuff coming out, which I mean, I'm thankful for, but at the same time, I'm a little bit like, why are we like this? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, was there anything else on your circus docket list?
No, I tried to I think I'm going to take a bit of a social media hiatus, you know. I'm just feeling a lot of I think I'm just overstimulated in that department right now.
Yeah.
So my aim is to scroll less for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, I will dip in because we need something to talk about. But I didn't I can't think of anything that really stood out.
No,
Really can't. So
I do feel though that that's probably a good thing, because we've been bombarded with quite a bit of news and stuff recently. So it's nice when there's a bit of a lull.
yeah.
Just shows that people are out there living their lives in private for a little bit,
Yeah, honestly,
because the
it's
secrets will find themselves.
it's a lot of those like slow news day stuff that I was seeing, you know, like woman finds lucky penny in her hair.
Yeah,
Just stupid stuff, you know. It's
yeah.
just like, yeah,
Or
okay.
old chewing gum.
Oh, it's delicious, she was quoted as saying.
While sitting in a hospital bed because she's contracted some rare disease from it. Fool, don't put everything in your mouth.
Is this the resurgence of the Black Plague?
Oh God, could you imagine? Ugh. Gosh, dear me. All right, well, shall I think that's a nice little close then for the
Yeah.
sesh. And I mean, so as always, a huge thank you to everyone for listening.
Thank
And
you.
yes, of course, thank you, thank you, thank you. A little sing song there for it.
Gotta sing it out.
Um, if you aren't already following us on our socials, then make sure that you are. We'll find you. It's All Frolics on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, or you can also find us on our YouTube channel, which is It's All Frolics Podcast. Make sure that you subscribe to them all. Hit those notification bells so that you're kind of updated every time we drop a new episode. And don't be afraid to reach out, as always, either all of these wonderful social circus thingies coming out, let us know, or if there's something that you've come across. If it's something that's happened to you, we will keep it anonymous, but we can't promise we're not going to be judging on the secret side, because that's what we do. Well,
Little
even though we're
bit.
trying, she doesn't judge. I do. So I'm the bad
I
penny.
I try to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I don't. I just react, and I'm owning that. So yeah, if you've got any outrageous stories, that would be wonderful for you to share those with us so we can react to them. Or if you just want to jump into the conversation, utilize the comments, send us a little email or something. Let us know your thoughts on any of the topics that we've covered on any of our shows, because we do have a small backlog there. So go back and have
Dear.
a dip into the archive. But come and join in the frolics with us. It's for everyone, and it's fun
It
over
is.
here.
It is.
Well, thank you, my love. Before we completely part, what are your plans for the rest of the week?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. Do you know what? I'm gonna do another fast
Ooh.
because yeah, so every year, folks, I do a water fast. Just to kind of reset my system. It can be quite controversial for some because the idea of not eating for a couple of weeks blows people's minds. But go on YouTube, there's lots of information about it. It's perfectly fine. Um, as long as you have like, you know, your electrolytes and your vitamins, you'll be good. But yeah, I've just been having so much caffeine. This month I've had like sugar in my coffee, and I've not had sugar in my coffee for a couple of years now. So something
Oh,
something weird and off kilter is happening. So yeah, I'm just kind of in the mood to just wipe the slate clean. So that's what I'm going to be starting this week, and going to bed early because, as I was saying before we hit record, I'm just over myself now. And this going to bed's like, I never go to bed the same day that I wake up. I've not done that for a couple of weeks, and I'm over it now. Like, I woke up with squinty eyes, a mild headache, coffee tasted horrible. So, ugh, I'm over it. So I'm going to reset that. So
good.
it'll be
Taking care
interesting
of
to
you.
see. Yeah. Check in next week.
Yeah,
See how it's
definitely.
going.
Oh, yeah, yeah, let's do that. And like you can just give us a little update on how you're feeling. And if anyone's got any questions, they can ask
Yeah.
and you can respond.
Happy to share.
Yeah.
What are you up to? You doing anything?
No set plans. It's very much weather dependent, and really, it's just kind of like, I suppose, getting myself set up for this time of year. The clocks have changed now,
Mm,
and you can see we're completely embracing the old sweater weather
absolutely.
outfits. So I'm just sorting out my wardrobes and stuff for that. Like literally just kind of getting myself set up for the next chapter. And
I'm feeling
rest,
down.
lots and lots of rest. I think because of the timing, the time changes and stuff, I'm just feeling a little bit more lethargic, and so
Mm,
I'm just gonna lean into that a little bit
I love
and
that.
enjoy it. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, good people.
Until next time.
Ciao for now.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Got such big hands. Look at
Peace.
those.
We're not that close.